Hi, it is Megan, and anyone who's watched a number of my videos by now knows that I like the YSL beauty brand a lot. And I particularly like their eyeshadows and their lipsticks, and also some of the other products, but the glossy stains and the kisses and blush. I like the brand. I really get excited by the summer stuff. I like the spring collection. It was a little kind of light, which was fine. Shimmery, light eyes, and then really bold lips. It's really pretty. But they recently came out with the summer collection, and I tend to be a sucker for summer collections, maybe growing up mostly in California and being in Southern California now, close to the beach, not on the beach but close. And then also I'm a Cancer, so I'm a water sign, and this YSL collection, they call it Blues Lumeniere, is all about, they say, inspired by Yves Saint Laurent's fascination with the various hues of the blues of the sea. Summer Look 2014 captures the alluring contrast between the fresh Mediterranean Sea with the glowing warmth of summer beaches to achieve this signature YSL radiance. So I'm kind of a sucker for blues. It's my favorite color. I'm a sucker for water. The whole thing works for me. So, with North's recent sale on like all these beauty products, the new eyeshadow, it's not a quad, what do you call a 5-color thing, popped up, discounted. The first day they actually offered it, they discounted it. And I put it in my basket and it kept disappearing. So I called them and they had already sold out. So that made me want it more. So I made them track it down for me. So this is what it looks like. And I also got one of the eye pencils. They're waterproof eye pencils. And then it looks like this. I'm not going to show the mirror, but it, I think, is actually prettier than kind of the flowers on the spring collection. And it is 0.18 ounces with the 5 colors. So what you get basically, and they don't have names on the colors, the first color, and I have outdoor swatches too. This is like a frosty coppery peach. Very pretty. It's not going to show so well just because of the type of color it is. It's something that's shimmery, almost skin color. It's just not going to show up that much. Then I have the next color, which is a beautiful pinky. Again, some sheen shimmer. Pinky peach. Really vibrant. And that's what's different here also. Sometimes the YSL shades can be a little too... they blend really well, they're a little soft, they tend to be very shimmery, but they can be a little too kind of light, and they don't show up. These do not have that problem. They are so pigmented, and I actually couldn't use all the colors on my eye because I started to feel like a parrot at a certain point. The whole collection is so pigmented with these beautiful, rich colors. I started feeling like a parrot. So there's the next blue. Let me show you this first right here. And this is like a deep, deep, rich turquoise. So we're mixing kind of the cool and the warm together, which I always like. The next one is just a beautiful aqua, but like a glistening, otherworldly, shimmery, yet deeply pigmented, richly pigmented aqua. Leaning more on the blue side than the green. And then the last color is also super pigmented, just this really great sapphire, almost sapphire navy kind of blue. And just look at how pigmented all of them are. I don't always see that in the YSL palettes, honestly. They wear beautifully. I did this side without an eyeshadow primer. I did this side with an eyeshadow primer, and I can see even in the application this one looks a lot more pigmented to me. And I mixed in the eye pencil, which I'll show you in a minute. But what I basically did, just to give you a quick 2-second, and there's a pink and a coral lipstick, which I'll show you in a separate video. But I wasn't sure that the pink would go with all the orangey tones here. I'm still a little unsure that I'm comfortable with pink on the lips and too much orange on the eyes, but so I kind of steered away from those. But then also these are also pigmented. It's hard, in my opinion, to work them all together in one look. This is almost the kind of palette where you get like 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 great super pigmented looks, and you can also bring in colors from other palettes. It's just such an easy mix of colors to use, but not always together, all 5. So I took this lighter peach, and I brushed it here, and then I actually had to wipe a lot of it away because it was too pigmented otherwise for that kind of a highlight color. This would be really, see, it's just too pigmented. This would be really pretty with the other orange. Taking this one, putting it in the inner, and then taking the darker one, putting it here and slightly under the eyes, and then maybe using the darker blue to line. Really pretty. But I think these are not the best highlight colors. Then I took this beautiful light aqua and brushed that in the inner part of the eye. Took this darker turquoise in the outer part of the eye. And see, you can see what a difference the eyeshadow primer makes. This just looks better. And then I took this darker turquoise with this little brush, and not even wet. None of these were used wet, they were all used dry. And I still got this amazing pigmentation out of it. I just blended it under the eye for an eyeshadow liner. Then I took the eye pencil, which again I'm going to do in this video, but I'll show it separately. Lined it, and then took this darker blue and just smudged it into the pencil. And I was going to fix the pencil for the video because I felt like I didn't blend it enough and it was a little too harsh. It sets so well, I couldn't actually do anything with it. So you can see the lines are a little harsh right in here. That's because I let it set. And I also took a little bit of this orange and just brushed it in the inner corner here, right this. Just to get a little kind of a pop, like that. This lasts with primer a good 10 hours on me. Without primer, about 7 to 8. It's a brighter color, so I kind of see the fading earlier without the eyeshadow primer just because it's so much. I am in love with this palette. I had said in January that the MAC nude collection was in Metallics and Nude, and Metallic Nude collection was going to be my favorite of the year. This may have beaten it. So in this video I'm also going to do, I'm not doing separate videos for the Kiss and Blush that's part of the collection. There's also a nail polish and another pencil that's kind of like a lighter aqua that matches the light turquoise aqua in the palette, which I didn't get, but the pencils were also marked down, so I decided to try one. So these are 0.04 ounces. I thought it looked little, but it's the same size as Urban Decay. And I've been wearing it on my wrist, which is how I often test waterproof products, and it's right there. It's like this amazing sapphire, shimmery. All of these are pretty shimmery, except, yeah, they're all pretty shimmery. It's like this is not super shimmery, it's like a slight shimmer to it. And it's a really beautiful, vibrant sapphire, again, ocean-like blue. And if you compare it with the blue of the eyeshadow palette, they blend in perfectly together. And this, they say, it's waterproof eyeliner. They say has 16 hours of wear. I don't wear things for 16 hours very often, but I will say that it lasts unbelievably beautifully. Just fabulous. Like I put it on in the morning and it's there at the end of the day, which I guess is close to 16 hours. And it doesn't budge. You can really work with it when you first put it on to kind of blend in some shadows or blend the lines, but once it sets, that's kind of it. And you can, I'm sitting here rubbing it, it's just not moving at all. So I think it's a great quality. And I love how vibrant the shades are in this whole collection. Just really amazingly stunning. So I can't say enough good about it. I think it solves some of the, yeah, these are all shimmery. It solves some of the weaknesses of the YSL shadows in that these are much more pigmented, and I think as a result they last longer. They don't always, I guess together to me sometimes I feel like a parrot, especially with the brighter lips, so I kind of have to figure out what parts of them I'm going to wear at any given time. But I do think there are a number of amazing looks that you can get with these, just using the blues together, even just the way I was able to blend the 3 different blues together, and I don't think it looks over the top. I would probably put like a white highlighter up here, quite honestly, or even like a barely gold highlighter to make it look better. I think the gold would match kind of the coral tones of the lip that I have, but that's pretty much it. It's a very simple review. I love it. It's just gorgeous, and that's it. Thanks. If you have this, I'd love to know what you think about it. I know it's still available on the YSL site and a bunch of other places, and please subscribe. And I have put a novel on YouTube called Masks. I'm doing it chapter by chapter, which is about makeup and the masks we wear, so check it out.